Hi, I'm Paige Murray, and this is
Quintin.
and today we'll be discussing your vocabulary words. Certain vocabulary words that you need to know and that are very crucial in learning Spanish today. So we're going to actually talk about three totally different sets of vocabulary words today. We're going to discuss verbs, names, and cognates, okay? Those are going to be our three selections of choice today that we're going to talk about. So Quentin is going to go ahead and he's going to actually go over today your vocabulary words in Spanish, and I'll go over the English part just to make sure that you guys are clear.
So these words are going to have you'll notice a theme with these words. Most of the words that we're going to be talking about today are going to be things that you might use in a restaurant. So the first is going to be Las Calorías.
And that word right there simply means calories.
The next word is El Chocolate.
Simple. What does it sound like? Chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate?
I do.
No, I'm not a big chocolate fan.
I'm more like I like white chocolate.
It's okay, so we agree.
Okay, so the next word is El Creme, Las Creme.
Which means cream.
And the next one is La Ensalada.
Which means salad.
And don't those words kind of sound pretty obvious, right? Well, the next word is La Fruta.
Which means fruit.
And the next, El Hotel.
Which means hotel. Now, the tricky part of what some of these words are, a lot of these words sound like English words, but in actuality, sometimes they get a little tripped up and they don't actually mean what they say. To us, in English, it sounds like it could mean, just a general word, and then when we look it up in Spanish to translate it, it's a totally different definition. So pay close attention.
Yep. Next word we have is El Limón.
Which means lemon.
But, like Paige just said, just because it looks the same doesn't mean it's always going to sound the same. Next is El Menú.
Which means menu.
And then we have the current thing we're talking about, El Restaurante.
Which means restaurant. How cool.
Okay. Next word we have is La Sopa.
Now, just like we were talking about, words that sound like it would mean one thing but totally have a different opposite meaning. That word right there sounds like it would mean soap. But can you believe it doesn't have anything to do with washing off at all or even doing laundry. It simply means soup.
I don't think you want to eat soap, do you? The next one is going to be El Té.
Which means tea.
And after that is Las Vacaciones.
Which means vacation.
And the last word we have for cognates is going to be El Yogurt.
Which means yogurt. So now, I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. Or actually, I'm not even going to ask a question. I'm going to simply make a statement. Me gusta el saladares, which means that I like salads. I hope you guys do. Do you?
Maybe a little bit.
I like salads. I think they're pretty cool.
Okay. So, moving on to the names. Now, these words are going to be slightly the same, but a little bit different. The first word we have is El Camero.
Which means a waiter or waitress. See, now we're getting to the part of where these words don't have anything to do with similarities from English to Spanish and Spanish to English. So now is the time for you to listen up and pay close attention.
Also, with this word, it has two endings, an A ending and an O ending. With the O ending, it's El Camero, which was waiter, and the A was El Camera, which is waitress.
The difference in the two is masculine and feminine words. So that's why you would add your A if you're speaking to a female like myself, or if you use the O if you were speaking to a male like Quintin.
Okay, and the next is going to be La Quilta.
Which means a bill or a check. So when you're done, you gotta pay for it.
Yep, unfortunately. But the next word is going to be Las Filos.
Which means noodles.
Alright, after that it's going to be El Caldura.
Which means ice cream. I like ice cream.
I do like ice cream. Okay, and after that it's going to be El Ovino.
Which is eggs.
And then we have El Jamón.
Which is ham. Now when you look at the word, the way that it's spelled is Jamon. Now it kind of looks like jam, but it means ham. Funny.
And they do right. Next we're going to have El Jugo de Frutas.
Which means fruit juice.
Gotcha. And just like the first word was La Frutas, They still have that similarity. After that is going to be la lucha.
Okay, now la leche is really good for some people. If you're lactose intolerant, not good for you. So that means milk.
Yep, we all like milk. Well, some of us. Next we have el pan.
That means bread. Totally didn't see that one coming, did you?
Nope. El pedido.
Which means to order. Just like you wanted to order your food, like how we were talking about in our cognates just now.
And next we have la pepino.
Which means tip.
Alright, and lastly we have el fresquino.
Which means soda, which is a nice beverage or refreshment. So, te gusta la leche, which I just asked you is, do you like milk? So, we're now going to move on to our verbs. It's our last column that we have today, okay?
Alright, the first word we have in our last column is going to be almuerzo.
Which means to have lunch.
Next we have canar.
Which means to have dinner.
Then we have dejar.
Which means to leave or to leave behind.
And then we have desayunar.
Which means to have breakfast.
And then we have pegar.
Which means to pay.
And then we have pedir.
To order.
Prodar.
To taste.
And then we have cigar or your cigar.
Which means simply just to go out.
And then we have tregar or your tregar.
Which means to end.
And lastly, we have asar.
Which means to bring. Now I have a question for you. ¿Qué tienes para desayuno? Which means, what do you have for breakfast?
I think I had cereal there.
I think I had a banana and some orange juice.
Well, hopefully these words will help you guys out. Next time you go to a restaurant, you can tell them in Spanish what you want.
All right, well, take care and have a great one, guys. We hope that you gained a lot from this today.
Now we'll go.